Clash of Clans. Everyone has their own way of playing the game, and as long as you aren't breaking the terms of service, who cares what you do, right? But for some reason, a lot of us still follow a certain set of rules that no one really talks about, but we all know. These are the unspoken rules of Clash of Clans. Okay, probably the oldest of these. Every time you open the game, you must claim your collectors. What kind of psycho opens the game and doesn't collect the daily bread? Every time you bust open that game, it's gotta sound like this. It's music to my ears. Yeah, but really, I don't know a single person who doesn't do this one. The next one is, if you're watching someone attack and they fail miserably, if they don't speak, don't say anything, man. Just forget it ever happened. Matter of fact, just log off. Nah, I'm kidding. No one does that, but no one likes when someone points out that they could have done it better, and if it was me, I could have 3-starred it with this army with East. Like, nah, bro. Nobody wants to hear that. It never helps. It makes it worse, especially if it's a really important attack. Speaking of attacks, if it's clan raid weekend and you see someone attacking a certain district, bro, don't go attack it. You're gonna mess up their mojo. It's a different story if they ran out of attacks or they haven't attacked it for a while, but if they're still going at it, let them do their thing. People usually have a goal in mind and a plan. You know, I can take this out in a couple of attacks, and they set spells in advance for the next attack. So it's best to pick another district. Farming, a core component of the Clash of Clans experience. Once you hit that attack button, there are no rules to attacking, and it should stay that way. However, there is one unwritten rule that is optional, yes, and it is, if you're gonna steal resources from a base, make sure you bless them with a shield. May the enemy rest until the next battle. You know, something that shouldn't rest though? Your laboratory. Never let the laboratory stop. It is one of the longest buildings to max, and you should always have a troop upgrading even if you don't use it, because you never know when you will. Much like you never know when you will run into another player who plays Clash of Clans. If that happens, you must compare bases, or at the very least, ask, hey bro, what town hall you at? It's the law! Let's talk about money. When it comes to people spending money on a mobile game, people have all kinds of different opinions. Often bad, but what happens in Clash stays in Clash. Never, and I mean ever, judge your clanmates for buying stuff. Sceneries, skins, gemming their town hall, whatever it is, the amount of money they've spent and their taste is their personal choice. We all do it every now and then, some more than others, but let people enjoy their hard-earned money on something they enjoy. The clan is supposed to be a safe space for these kinds of things. But this next one should be obvious. Do not spend any money on gems until you've achieved 5 builders. Getting those builders will always be better than whatever sweet deal you see in the shop. And if you're already spending money, you got your wallet wide open and your credit card ready, that purchase better be a builder until you have them all. But if you do have them all and still considering an offer in the shop, you best have that gold pass already. Somewhere in this invisible rulebook, it states that one shouldn't not spend money on alts till they have the gold pass. The sweetest deal on earth. Yes, very well. Trust me, it's in there. Action and everything. The last unwritten rule about money is to always avoid buying resources. What? You need 50 gold? That'll be 2,000 gems, or you pay with cash or card, man. Look, buying resources will never be a good deal. Just go farm the rest of what you need, and if you really need those resources and have the money for it, buy something else that's greater value, like a rune, or use your raid medals, or look for an offer in the shop. Anything but buying resources. Speaking of runes, you must not use a rune until your storages are empty. It doesn't have to be at 0, just go get more loot and upgrade a wall or something, if that's what it takes. It hurts every player's hearts to think that someone out there just used a rune when they had millions of gold in their storages. How could you possibly do such a thing? On a similar note, don't use a book of everything on everything. The perceived value of a book of everything is much higher than a specific book. I mean, you could use it on anything. It'd be a shame to use it on a hero upgrade or a trap, for example. Alright, let's switch gears here a bit. Donations. You have to donate before you request. That's just how it goes, man. If you open that clan chat and see some requests, you better not request without at least giving someone troops. But now that we're on the topic of donations, unless you're like a Town Hall 7, don't be out here requesting an entire clan castle worth of single housing space troops. Look, I know this is a modern day issue. Back in the day, before training queues and 1-gem donations, it didn't really matter because you had to train the troops anyway. But now, a lot of us donate with the 1-gem donation, whether we like it or not, and the fact is, it can really add up if you're requesting all them small troops. Don't be that guy. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you know, yeah. Alright, these next couple rules are about clan etiquette. No one likes to be told what to do, but there are just some things you should avoid. Like, if there's a girl in the clan, don't be a horn dog. In a well-established clan, members should never take this as a dating website. Stop trying to shoot your shot and making cringe jokes. I've ran my own clans in this game since 2014, and all I can say is that these kinds of situations are almost always uncomfortable for the girl and really awkward for the rest of the clan. Don't do it. The next rule is simple. Never ask for a promotion. It's okay to ask how to get promoted, but no clan likes when you just walk up in there and ask for elder or co. Who are you? I feel like the only time it's okay to ask for a promotion is if you've been there for a while and feel as though you've contributed enough to ask. One way you won't get promoted though is breaking this next rule. If you opt in, you have to attack. Under no circumstances should you fail to show up for war day. Broke a hand? Well, you still got one. Got no signal? Well, you better start looking. Got banned? Well, you might be screwed on that one. Opting in is a commitment. But there are times when you shouldn't do it. This rule states, if you have more than a couple heroes down, you shall not opt in. This only gets increasingly more crucial to follow the higher level you are, because heroes are everything at a certain point. And the last rule about war is if your clan doesn't specify who to attack, the general acceptable rule is to attack your mirror. This one should only be broken if your clan has rules that says to do otherwise. Here's a random one though. If you quit the game, the rule says that you should set a free loot base so that you can make it easy for your fellow farmers to get that money. I'm sure you're familiar with this one, but dude, don't intentionally leave a district at like 95% and move on to another one. Finish the job, what is even the point? Nobody checks the leaderboards or this screen. I'm gonna be real, if it's your numbers, nobody cares. Unless you ran out of attacks and you literally can't finish it, just finish the job, man. Now, your village is the heart and soul of the game, right? And if you aren't taking care of the lawn, what are you doing? For example, one of the most well-known unwritten rules is to keep at least one of every special obstacle. This depends on your taste, of course. If you've removed one, it's not a crime. But if you're a true collector of the finer things, this is essential. The same goes for rocks. The game never tells you that they will never spawn again. That's why if you create a mini account and care about collectibles, never, ever remove the rocks. And if you want to take this whole obstacle thing up a notch, one of the more obscure rules is that special obstacles should be rearranged in order of the year they came out. And when the sun goes down and it's time for you to log off, the final rule I have for you today is probably one of the most important rules. Before you close the game, take a second to admire all of your hard work.